Alrighty guys, here we are in a black-white match in which I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. And obviously the webcam on black-white does not work very well at all. The lighting is different and the focus is messed up, so I'm trying to screen record it, but right now it's not working. There's technical difficulties and I can't figure it out. So that's in process, but that's for another story. Anyway, so he sends out some dude and I send out some dude. I have no idea what types his guys are, if they're, the moves are physical, special that he's using. I'm just at a total loss, but I'm like, whatever, let's do this. So, I'm just going to go for a U-turn just in case. If he wants to switch, then cool. I pretty much can't really react to anything he wants to do at this point, and I'm just kind of thinking, well, I'm going to guess it's this type, thus I'm going to guess that this is a good attacking move. That's pretty much all I got. So, however, I do have this Latios over here, which I have full intention just to trick. Ha! And see how much fun it was just to be on this side of that garbage. And he is like, yep, this dude has a setup move who is trying to sweep you, and now he's crippled. I'm like, ha! Feels so good from this end of the trick. And it worked out well. Like, what a concept. Stupid move. Anyway, just in case you want to do something snazzy, like a T-Wave or whatever, because I didn't know at the time, I go over to a Magic Bounce, something that I think is actually legitimately really cool, and it would be so much better if Team Preview wasn't there, but it is. So I've got a Special Defense Jirachi in this group. All my dudes are, I think they're a couple are BL or whatever, but they're all pretty much OU guys, but since I have no real idea what the hell I'm doing, it's, kind of moot, but, Jirachi just comes in and, set up a Wish because I've never really used Wish before, so I figured, hey, I'm going to use a Wish poke, so I set up Wish first. And I'm figuring Snorlax is probably going to be Curslax, or at least that's what my 4th gen mind is thinking. That's the only thing I thought of. Apparently it happens to be the same thing in 5th gen, so, whatever, Curse is sweet. So at this point I'm looking and I'm like, well, I've only really got one dude who can hurt Snorlax, and that was kind of dumb of me to only bring one physical attacker. And unfortunately, I brought him in a very predictable turn, and he just got rolled. I'm like, great, that was wonderful. So now my only shot to kill this thing, pretty much, is Leech Seed and some Flinch Hacks by Jirachi. So I'm glad I was able to survive one hit. Like, I didn't even think about Fire Punch. Again, I'm not really even thinking about what he can do to me. I'm just kind of thinking offensive only at this point. Even though it's a Snorlax, which I've seen before, I know he can get Fire Punched. It's just whatever. So I go back to Jirachi because I can, because he can take hits better, he can Wish, Leech Seed is up, all that good jazz, he can flinch it. And Snorlax comes right back in because he knows that I don't really have any positive dudes to kill him with. So I'm going to be stuck using Iron Head Flinch. Oh, there's one. I've already flinched it at least once before, and I'm just going to keep going with it. He pulls off a Fire Punch. It doesn't really hurt me that bad, though, so I know that outside of Rest, he's not going to be able to take major advantage of it, and if he does put a Rest in there, I can either go for a Leech Seed or I can switch out to something else and try and kill it differently. But I'm just going to keep Flinch Hacking him to hell and back, and apparently it works, because this dude is just dumb as hell. I'd like to Body Slam on this turn just to switch things up, but I'm not sure if it's going to kill, so I'll just finish it off with one more Iron Head, and that was just... It was ridiculous. Like, I couldn't help but laugh the whole time that was happening. Because I got like a million flinches in a row. I'm like, this is so stupid. No wonder I've never used this thing in 4th gen. In comes Breloom, and I'm figuring it's probably going to be faster than me, otherwise it wouldn't want to bring it in. I do have Magic Bounce Espeon, which I think is really, really sweet. And I'm just kind of thinking I'd like to go for Body Slam, maybe get a Para on it before Poison goes on there. But if he uses Spore or Sub and he's faster, then it doesn't help. So I'm just figuring, even though I did not expect him to go for Spore whatsoever, because Espeon was here, having Espeon in play was just the best position I could be in anyway. If he wanted to sub up or if he wanted to go for an attack, Espeon was my better option. I could set up Reflect and then I could hit it. But instead he went for Spore, and I can't believe he let me get it off, and Breloom's just gone. I'm like, woohoo! That was sweet! I couldn't believe it. And so I got up a free light screen as well, just in case like Zam wanted to come in or something and Shadow Ball it. I knew I could take one and set up Reflect in that time. So I got up a free screen and killed Breloom, and I'm like, that was sweet. Like, that might be the freaking match with how that worked. So in comes Forsberg again, and I hate Forsberg. Forsberg and Sakic and Foot, and oh my god, don't even mention Lemieux and Wah. They can all burn. But here's Forsberg in my face anyway, and again, I don't know exactly what the hell it can do. I know it's got there you go. I know it's got that move, which I know from it's just super powerful. But I can't tell you the specifics, but that's all I know. So he takes out Espeon with it. I'm like, great. I kind of figured it's a fire move after just the way it looked and all. So I want to go to Latios because he can resist it. But it seems like, well, he did just lower his speed. I was assuming he was Scarfed earlier as well. He kind of had to be Scarfed. So I'm just thinking, do I want to go to Latios or Starmie? If I go to Latios, then I know that Clink Clank is going to come back in, which it comes in with Starmie anyway. And I just didn't want to deal with that with a dragon. So I'm able to finish the thing off with Starmie, and that's cool. Alakazam comes in, and at this point, now that I lost Espeon, I'm like, my options of taking stuff is a little bit dwindled. I was also expecting a trick right there. I'm like, well, I kind of have to accept it at this point. He ends up not being choiced at all, which probably hurts me more than it helps, but I'm going for body slams at this point, trying to get some para-hacks, and of course, I get some para-hacks on Zapdos. I'm like, well, that was the point. That was why I brought this dude, but that's totally lame. Like, oh my god, this guy's retarded. I can't even imagine if he had attack EVs, and he would, hurt people and kill them twice as fast, and only need half the hacks that he already gets. So I go instantly for a Meteor, because again, I figured Clink Clank is going to be coming in fairly soon, and I may as well just take out Zapdos while I can in one hit. So Zam comes back in, and I go to Pharaoh this time just to switch pokes if he wanted to do something else. I don't know. And then I totally realized, like, oh wait, he's bulky on both sides. The whole match up until that point, I was thinking he was just physically bulky. Pharaoh is one of the few guys that when Black-White came out, I legitimately liked him when I saw him, and I was like, wow, I want to use that guy. Like, if he was in 4th gen, I would use him more than Bliss type of deal. So I'm kind of glad that he's legitimately really good and everyone uses him. Unfortunately, at the same time, that means he's probably going to be my new Bliss, but so be it. Anyway, I'm able to get a couple of hits off on Zam. He's just as fragile as ever, and I can finish him off. And then Forsberg's got to try and sweep me. I don't think it really can, though, because I got a few guys. I get, hilariously, another para off Body Slam. But I'm going to win my first Black-White battle. Obviously, he didn't bring the most powerhouse team in the world that he could have, but, no regrets for him on where he's at in that regard with what he brought. And I know he's certainly a really, really good opponent. He probably just wanted to let me have, a little bit of fun at first. So again, back to the start, like, I know Webcam, like, it clearly didn't work very well at all, and I was fully aware of that. So I don't want to keep using it for 5th, but at the moment, I can't figure out how to get it to work otherwise. So I'm still trying to work on that, but I figured, I may as well just post this anyway, and you guys probably won't hate it too bad, but who knows what? We'll see. Whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. I'll catch you later. Peace.